Hello, everyone. Today we are going to look at the portrait of good farming business. Like I keep telling you, good farming business can make you rich. Try it today. Just be focused, listen attentively to this training, and go into good farming business. I assure you, if you invest in good farming business, you are sure of becoming a millionaire. Let's go. Hello, everyone. We're going to look at the portrait of this good farming business. We have discussed part one, I've discussed part two, which I've learned so many things from each of them. But this part three basically is going to concentrate on how to feed the goat, how to actually feed the goat, which is very important. But in this feeding process, we have two systems. We have the grazing system, then we also have the feedlot system. When we talk of the grazing system, we mean where you acquire huge field, fence it, or you already acquire a place that is you can now plant your grass and all manner of plants which the goat eats. That is what we mean by having this grazing, where they go there, they eat the fresh grass, they eat the fresh leaves, they eat the fresh organic substances. These are some of the things they need to eat in this particular place. The system, helps them to eat natural nutrients. That's that one of the advantages from fresh grasses. They get the natural nutrients, not artificial nutrients from concentrate foods, but it also helps to reduce the cost of feeding the goats. It reduces the cost of feeding the goats because when you feed the goat with concentrates which you prepare from different things, you know how much it takes for you to actually feed the goat. It also helps them to develop healthy hooves, exercising, very important. When they have enough exercise, like running around, moving around, playing, fighting with each other, they become stronger and they don't easily catch diseases, good sicknesses and diseases, which we'll treat also in one of our lectures. Then the next one is the feedlot system, which means keeping the goats in a confinement. In a confinement. What do you mean by keeping them in confinement? Is common those days in our villages where you have a goat house, you zinc it, you sometimes you plaster it, a solitary confinement where you bring grass for them, bring food for them, leftover food from the kitchen and whatever you throw inside. But as an industrial process, you can have also another form of this in a bigger way that can accommodate so many goats at the same time. This feeding style is very expensive. That's one thing you should take note of. But however, it enables the growth. It enables the growth, faster growth of the goat because you now know what the goat eats. It helps you to know exactly what the goat eats, the kind of the quantity of nutrients you want to give them, the quantity of food you want to give them, whether the kind of things you produce. It is like somebody training fowl. You have the grower, you have the finisher, that's the same thing with goat. It helps you to also have ability to grow your growth and get it bigger than when you feed only on grass. Then here, when we feed them, you feed them with more concentrates. That's what it means. You feed them with more concentrates and prepared meals. We'll go into that to know what and what you need to prepare these concentrates to get the good feed that helps to grow your growth well. That is one of those things. But you can also combine these two systems to get what you call, rotational system. You can combine these two to get rotational system. You can combine it in this form, whereby you have the field, like it depends on the kind of money you have. You have the field, you also have the confinement, the feedlot, whereby maybe during the daytime you allow them to go to the field, they eat and they do everything. At night you bring them back. When the rain is much, you bring them to the confinement. When it is sunny, you take them out. During rainy season, you take them out. They go to the grazing area. they feed grass, fresh grass, and all the rest of them. When there's no longer fresh grass, you bring them back and you have them in the confinement. These are some of the things. You can run a rotational aspect of it. This rotational system, it helps so much for you to be able to get the best out of the good. This is the part 3 of this good farming business. We are going to still continue in with this feeding process of goods, how to feed the good things they eat and how to go about feeding them to get the healthy goods and the best out of the good business and make the money. It's not just going into the good business, but also to make money from the good business. I want us to be focused and enjoy this good training business and also involve in it. It's one business that can make you a millionaire. I'm telling you, it can make you a millionaire. There are some goals that born two, there are some born three. We'll go to such discussions, such species. And you find out that in a year, if you have like 10 goals, female goals, I know how many they will produce for you. 20, you know how many they will produce. It's a whole lot of money. You know how much goat is now, a good goat is. This is a very good business. And when we're going to discuss more about this, just help us to share, help us to also comment and also to ask us questions, areas that you need us to answer, wherever you need us to assist you and to go along with you to develop a good farming business. Thank you very much. Bye.